Hello, my name is Wealthy and I, but you can call me Tof, and welcome back to my channel. So I just briefly want to apologise for all the people that do watch my channel regularly. I've been trying to upload weekly, but I'm actually going into dissertation season and I've been working really hard on making sure I do well in the dissertation, because we found out that it doesn't matter your grades so far. So at the moment I'm currently just tracking a distinction. But if I don't also get a distinction in my dissertation, then it's like I get whatever I get in my dissertation. So if I get a merit, I end up with a merit. And obviously I've been working really hard over the past 8-9 months or so, and I really don't want to mess it up. So I'll be probably putting out videos every 2 weeks instead of every week. But today, we've got a video recommendation topic, which is exciting. The topic is, I'll put who recommended it on the screen, and the topic is finding jobs for graduates. Now there's a whole load of really interesting and really helpful stuff out there, so I'm not going to go and talk about a lot of the basics. I'm just going to talk about 2 things that really helped me and really helped a lot of people on my course when they're applying for graduate jobs. So actually, the main reason I wanted to film this video is right here, because of this book. So this book is the Top 100 Graduate Employers. It's compiled by The Times, and it's kind of a mix of like their editor's knowledge, and they actually do interviews of final undergraduate year students that are looking for jobs. So it's a whole hodgepodge of really, really good knowledge about different graduate schemes. Namely because I think I've got a lot of people doing what I did when I first started looking for jobs, was I kind of just went with what I know. I went for big tech firms, so I was like, okay, Apple, Amazon, Google, obviously. So this book comes in with like a bit of a surprise. They're like, okay, you wanna work in technology, cool, but where? What sector? Technology is everywhere. I mean, technology is more than consulting. It's more than working for one of the tech firms, for like IBM, for example. It's more than working for a bank. There are so many places that need technology people, and this book really highlights that. So when you go in, it gives you a bit of definition on how they managed to rank the companies. It gives you a bit of a list here on the top, like an overview of the top 100. So number 1 is the civil service. And I think they also look at things about how well the graduate schemes are known, how happy the people on the graduate scheme seem to be. So the ranking seems pretty good. It's got things like the civil service, PwC, Deloitte, the NHS, Google, the BBC, the Army. Oh, so many different things. Places that you might not think of, like BT, Tesco, for example. Tesco has a great technology scheme for graduates. McDonald's, Tesla. It's places that you remember that they're companies, but you don't remember that they might need technology graduates. And the super helpful thing about this book is when you go later on in the book, it gives you a bit of an oversight to each of the different companies in the top 100. So for example, let's look at American Express. It gives you the typical template of what they do for each top 100 member. Blah, 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 blah. This page gives you an example of what they do for each member of the top 100 list. So they'll tell you what they are, the logo, they'll give you a bit of an explanation about the company, what kind of graduates they're looking for. They'll give you like a link to actually go to apply to their graduate schemes. And then they'll tell you what I think is most useful on here is they'll tell you exactly what types of different graduate vacancies they're looking for. So you can see they've got a pink, which is consulting, they've got finance, obviously, they've got marketing, but then this green here is technology. So if you're doing a conversion course like me, or undergraduate computer science, you're most likely looking for the technology. So you can see at a glance, okay, this company will be looking for me, this company won't. So for example, earlier I was looking at L'Oreal, and let's see if I can find them again. Well, no, so this isn't L'Oreal, but this is a company called Hogan Lovells, and you can see that they're just law. That's all they're looking for. So immediately you can say that company's not for me. But for the American Express, you can look into them a bit further. Okay, they're looking for 40 to 50 graduate jobs. Maybe I have a bit of a chance if it's a bigger scheme. Okay, they're located in London. I want to be in Manchester. Not for me, for example. Okay, they're in London. I want to be in Newcastle. Not for me, for example. So you can see they've got the UK map and they highlight in red the places that they have jobs available, and they've only got London in red here. Typically, they tell you the exact salary. Generally, it just says competitive for American Express, but I mean, it's American Express. It will be competitive, which means like high 20s, low to mid 30s. And they also look at the universities that they have partnerships with and the minimum entry requirements. So that's typically your degree classification, your 2-1. Most places want 2-1, some are okay with 2-2. And then your UCAS points. And it tells you when you would start, and it tells you the deadline. This is such a perfect starting point for someone who's not 100% sure what field they want to go into. Someone that's like, I want to be in technology, but I don't really mind if I do technology for the BBC. I don't really mind if I do technology for a car company, like Jaguar, for example, are in here. If you're if you're not so interested in a specific field yet, this book is so helpful. So I really wouldn't recommend buying this book. Most universities will have bought it for you and have placed it somewhere on campus. So just look out for it, and then you can typically take it for free. That's what I did this year. I'm pretty sure I saw it when I was at Newcastle in 2015. So don't pay the £20 for it. It's really not worth it. But it's not worth £20, but it has some really good insights. So if you have the opportunity to read it and maybe not buy it, I would do that as well. But this is the main reason I wanted to kind of talk through this book and put it on a video. It's a really, really helpful tool. So you can all tell I love this tool. I love this book. I think it's fantastic. The one thing that could be better than this book is, for me, in my opinion, this website called Target Jobs. It's such a tailor-made graduate solution to finding good jobs in the sector that you want. And then in the same way with this top 100 graduate employers, they're not going to necessarily narrow you down too much. So I'll talk through it, look at it while I'm doing it, and put it on the screen at the same time, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So you can see I'm on the Target Jobs graduate homepage. You can see it says your graduate job hunt starts here, and you've got some popular job sectors, but you can actually go and hover and find a load more that are hidden. And the best thing about this is it's really quite similar to this book. It's not like trying to pigeonhole you. So if you pick IT and technology, it's not going to force you down a path that you might not be interested in. So it's not just going to be IBM and Google, for example. Though those are great jobs, don't get me wrong. It's going to show you, this, in the same way as this book, it's going to show you all the technology jobs. Whether it's in pharmaceuticals or whether it's in manufacturing or retail, it's going to show you all of them. And the best thing about this is once you're signed up to the newsletters, at least for me, they were sending me newsletters about like your jobs per week. Like, here's a roundup of jobs. Here's a roundup of jobs that we think you might be interested in for the past week. It'll show you the salary. It'll show you the deadlines. But then also the jobs I'd shown interest in, it would show me, it would email me and let me know when the deadline was coming up. So when I had about a week left to the deadline, it'd be like, hey, notice, like, this is a popular job. Make sure you can get in before the deadline, and you can apply before the deadline. So you can see here I'm on the main page, and it just lists them all. Like, they've got Iris, it shows you where all the different jobs are based. It shows you base systems. It shows you just a list, and it shows you all the key things you'd want to know. So for example, they've got a Kubrick Group option here, which is a company I actually applied to. It says Data Engineering Consultant Graduate Program, and you can see it actually there. So it's got 32,000 per year. It's finished at the end of June, so the 30th of June, which is actually today. And it's a graduate scheme. But when you click in, it gives you more. It gives you the job description. It gives you locations. It gives you some information about the company. It actually then links you to the website where you can apply. So when you add it, it just gives you so much information. It gives you kind of the degree subjects that you know that they'll be interested in, the sectors that it links to. It literally just breaks everything down for you perfectly. It's basically like the Google of graduate jobs. Like, it literally huddles it all for you, and then basically you can just go through and find the jobs that you're interested in and save them. You can start applying for jobs. You can start making notes of deadlines for yourself. It's perfect. So all I can say is those two tools, I think they're tools that people might know of, but they're tools that people also might not know of. I think a lot of people just kind of attack it on their own, maybe using things like Total Jobs, maybe using things like Glassdoor, which is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But these two tools are really good starting point for people that may not be 100% sure the sector they want to start in, or people that are like, maybe I want a smaller company and not like all the big companies everyone knows of. And then again, like if you've researched a company, you found a small company, you don't know if they're doing graduates jobs, like they say, email them, check them out, send them your CV, because smaller companies don't tend to do that kind of thing where they have massive graduate schemes. But if you want a big graduate scheme and you want to be hanging out with people your own age, this book and the Target Jobs website will be perfect for you. So I really hope that this has been helpful. I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, so I hope everything's been clear and made sense and I'm not like garbled. But honestly, just please let me know, like, if you've been able to get jobs, how the job hunt is going, if you're going to start your computer science journey, your conversion course journey. I'd really love to hear more from you guys and like see what you guys are doing as well. But on that note, have a lovely day and like I really wish you all the best. Bye.